from C13 Features. A new kind of listening experience.
He's back!
Help me!
Get out of there.
It's here.
No, don't let them in.
You can experience Treat, a podcast movie starring Kiernan Shipka, for free on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show.
Man, there are a lot of podcasts out there.
Definitely. I mean, there's 3 million shows, 50 million episodes, and more every day.
I mean, who has the time to figure out which ones are the best podcasts?
We do. That's who. What's up, guys? I am Alicia Renee.
And I'm Dax Holt.
And we are your host of Pod Sauce, a podcast discovery show.
Look at us as your podcast concierge.
We do all the work for you. We listen to the shows, review them,
pick the best episodes, and interview the hosts.
Pod Sauce. Let us help you find your next binge. Tell them where to go, Dax.
Go to podsauce.com.
Speaking of scrubs, the Wisconsin Badgers. No, I kid. Don Wachilla's joining us from the College Sports Show. I've been screaming. I want to like break down sports, but I had to turn today's show into a pep rally because everyone's all upset about the Brewers. So I just need a couple minutes with you, Don, to just relax a little bit and talk about a Badgers team that actually pitched a shutout the other day. Was it like their first road shutout in 100 years or something weird like that?
Yeah, something weird like that. But at least it was a shutout against the team they should beat and did beat. And so the world in Badgerland's a little bit better on this Tuesday than it has been the last couple of weeks, that's for sure.
The first shutout of Illinois since 1977 and the first shutout on the road since 1921. And I think what's most interesting about this game is, and this is kind of like the Eastern Michigan game, it's a game where you think, well, can you let Graham Mertz loose a little bit? Can you really see and make sure? But they just ran the football 61 times on the ground, 19 passing attempts. Now, I was at the Brewer game. You saw much more of this game than me. Why was it so imbalanced between the rushing and the passing?
I think they just went back, Bart, to what Badgers do best, and that's ground and pound, run the football. I think they're trying to establish still their identity, and their identity has always been the run game. And, we were talking about it last week on our show that they seem to have gotten a little bit, I'll say, confused in trying to establish the passing game a little bit more, knowing what they have in Graham Mertz. But their backbone is running the football, and I think they need some success with the run before they can then create some of the balance they're looking for within that passing game.
Chez Mellusi, 21 for $145. Braylon Allen, the freshman, 18 for 131, both scoring. Allen from Fond du Lac, so I have a little more interest in this young man because of where I embarrassingly am from. But no Jalen Berger, so we thought, okay, what's going on here? Maybe they really do like Allen. I mean, he was impressing people, and he was somebody that you were curious about maybe in camp, but you didn't know if he'd get this opportunity. And then we find out that Jalen Berger was dismissed from the team over the weekend. I don't know what happened there. I don't want to speculate too much. I do want to talk about Allen and if this guy can be the future of, can he be the next great Wisconsin running back?
I think Allen can be the next great Wisconsin running back, and I think that's what happened as far as Berger went. I think what we're finding at Wisconsin, we're going to see with a lot of teams around the NCAA where kids have been recruited to come in, feel like they're going to be the next it as far as the offense or defense goes. But now we've got this thing called the transfer portal. And so you get somebody like Chez Mellusi who comes in, who's more seasoned, shall we say. And all of a sudden, I think Berger found himself outside looking in. And again, who knows what happened behind closed doors. Now Braylon Allen is coming in and playing really, really well. And I think Berger just kind of is noticing that this is not going to be what I thought it was. And however that was handled, this is where I'll give Paul Chryst a lot of credit, is that he keeps it behind closed doors, so to speak. He does not reveal why. He does not throw these kids under the bus. He gives them an opportunity to get someplace else to reestablish their career. So wishing Berger all the best, because I think he'll go someplace and be a very talented running back. But right now, with Braylon Allen and Mellusi and Garando, I'm not pronouncing his name correctly on a Tuesday morning, But I think we've got 3 solid running backs right now in the system ready to roll.
The Iowa Hawkeyes are the number 2 team in the country, huh?
They're kind of good, Bart. They're just kind of good. They play defense the way the Big Ten plays defense. They do enough offensively to win games, but man, they got 4 turnovers last week against Penn State. Well, they got 16 interceptions now on the season. Defensively, Iowa is just incredible.
Just looking at the top 10 here, the Big Ten, I mean, Big Ten is good. You got Iowa at 2, you got Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State all in the top 10. If Michigan and Michigan State win this weekend, they have an undefeated showdown next weekend. Big Ten's good,
Yeah.
and then it sucks that the year that the Big Ten's really, really good, the Badgers are like in a transition year.
And the weird thing about it is those teams you just described are all out of the East. And so the West sits there with Iowa. And what I find amusing is that you get up Monday morning because of the fact that the Badgers won, and there's articles out there talking about the path to a Big Ten championship. You just want to say, stop. You just beat Illinois. Let's relax. We got Army this week. Let's see how we roll here. And then when you get to Iowa, that'll be your measuring stick as far as the Big Ten West goes. But out of the East, all those teams that you named and the various matchups we're going to see now in the second half of the season in the Big Ten East are just going to be must-see TV on a Saturday.
The huge game over the weekend was that Alabama did go down to Texas A&M. Alabama drops to 5 in the rankings, which opens up a spot for my Cincinnati Bearcats. And they're my Cincinnati Bearcats because any mid-major team is my team. I want so badly for a mid-major to crash the party. This is the best chance for a team to do that. I don't know, though. I mean, yeah, they're 3 and Alabama's 5, but when push comes to shove and Alabama and Georgia play and then, the SEC championship or whatever, I think Cincinnati needs to blow teams out, and they need Notre Dame unfortunately, to keep winning too. There's a good chance they get in, but it's far from certain.
No, I think the scenario you just laid out was absolutely perfect. That Cincinnati is going to not only have to run the table, but run the table convincingly, and Notre Dame is going to have to keep winning. Just eked one out against Virginia Tech on Saturday night, where Jack Cohn was pulled from the game and then put back in the game and was able to engineer that final drive for them to get the win. But we also have to take a deep breath, is that the coaches poll and the AP top 25 are all relative right now. It's not until we get into November or the end of October. We got a couple of weeks yet before the committee sits down and starts putting together their Final Four. And that obviously is going to be the most important one when it comes time to the playoffs.
I liked your picture on Twitter over the weekend. You had the double screens going with the Badgers on one, and then our UW Lacrosse Eagles, Don, beating Oshkosh. Big win for our program.
Dude, that was, I was just doing my homework. I'm in education, you got to do your homework. So I was hunkered down, doing the best I could. But yeah, lacrosse, man, that was a 20-9 matchup. Lacrosse wins 30-21, outscored Oshkosh in the second half 23-0. They were down 21-7 at half, rolled back in the second half there in quarters 3 and 4 and got the win. So that's a huge win for UWL. And then Whitewater over the weekend too. They took care of Platteville 65-21. Third largest crowd in Whitewater history, 15,004 on hand. So I think people around southeastern Wisconsin are starting to catch on that Division III football around here is pretty doggone good.
Don Wachillis, you can hear him break Division III down, Division I, and everything in between. College Sports Show Thursdays at 6 o'clock here on The Fan. Don, good to check in with you. We'll talk next week.
All right, Bart, take a deep breath, grab some dew, and get that pep rally going again.
Yeah, I got some dew here. Thank you. I got some Mountain Dew, some Diet Mountain Dew. Don Wachillis, by the way, Great Midwest Bank Hotline. If you're applying for a home renovation loan and you're a bit anxious, breathe. Let Great Midwest Bank help you experience a state of tranquility. Get started at greatmidwestbank.com.
How long was Neil Armstrong actually on the moon? When did Europe start speaking English? Did Marco Polo really go to China? CuriosityStream is the streaming service for all things history, plus science, wildlife, and more. What's the real story behind the Mona Lisa? We've got that. What caused the collapse of Rome? We know. Where did we find mankind's earliest ancestor? Come find out. From Egypt to Einstein, CuriosityStream is the place for history and more. Visit curiositystream.com and start streaming now.
Sakara is a nutrition company that focuses on overall wellness, starting with what you eat. Sakara's organic, ready-to-eat meals are made with powerful plant-based ingredients and are designed to minimize your sugar cravings, boost your energy, improve your digestion, and get you glowing inside and out. And it's delivered fresh to your door anywhere in the U.S. Start your end-of-summer detox with 20% off your first order when you go to sakara.com/radio or enter radio at checkout. That's SAKARA.com/radio.
Hey, I'm Peter Bukowski, host of the Locked On Today podcast. Trying to stay on top of every big story in sports is a full-time job. I know, because it is my full-time job. But it's not yours. That's why we have a network of local experts ready to give you the inside scoop on everything you truly need to know in the sports world, and we do it every day to make sure you're always caught up on the latest and greatest in sports. Listen to the Locked On Today podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.